Hang on guys, I've had a view request for a tutorial on this excellent Curvy Rhombohedron Skewb designed by LanLan and mass produced by LanLan. Fun little puzzle, not too difficult, but it does mess with your head a bit, just the way some shape mods do. It is essentially a skewb, the mechanism is exactly the same as a skewb, but it's a little bit tricky because of the different pieces you've got on this. Generally speaking, on skewbs and skewb mods, you've only got two different piece types, but this one's got three, or at least it appears to have three. It hasn't actually got three. You've just got centres and corners like you have on any other skewb, but the shape of the corners is different. You've got two different shaped corners, which is, I think, where most of the difficulty comes from for this particular puzzle. So that's it scrambled, I think. Oh no, maybe not. Because there's no orientation on the triangle corners, it does tend to look a little bit less scrambled sometimes than it actually is. Whereas on a regular skewb, those corners will be twisted so they look more scrambled, but you'll find they're sometimes next to the centres they belong next to. But oh well. So that's it scrambled. We'll get on with the tutorial. Okay, so the way we go about solving this is much the same as any other super skewb, which I'm sure most of you are aware just means a skewb where the centres have a orientation, which the original skewb doesn't. So let me just explain which pieces are which first. You've got two different kinds of pieces that have got three colours on them. You've got this one, larger one here, and the smaller one here. The larger one with the elongated pieces, they are centred. You'll find you've got 6 of those around the puzzle if you look around. These smaller 3 colour pieces are corners. You've only got 2 of those, that one and that one. And the triangles are also corners. You'll find you've got 6 of those. So with the 6 triangles and the 2 3 coloured corners, that gives you 8 corners that you need. And of course, as I always said, you've got 6 of these centre pieces. So as with any other skewb or skewb mod, I like to start by putting 4 corners around one centre. Now what I do is I pick one of these 3 colour corners first and match that up with a centre, because that way you know you're getting it rotated correctly. Now the way to do this is just put it into position next to the piece you belong to. You can see I've got purple and green there. I'm going to match it up with this purple and green on this centre, but it's incorrectly oriented at the moment, so just turn it away from its position, rotate the side that it's on and turn it back. If it's still wrong, then just do that again and you'll find that you will get that oriented correctly. And that's a bit easier to do before putting any of the other centres in. Now just by accident I've got 2 other centres here, so let me just turn those away for a second just to make that a little bit tricky, because I don't want the solve to be a little bit easy on so I try to do it without messing up this 3 colour corner I just put in, but we don't want the solve to be too easy on the tutorial. But it's not difficult to get these centres in anyway. So really all you're going to do is just rotate the others into position. You can see I've got this purple, sorry, I think I said centres, I meant corners. I've got this purple corner here, the triangle here, just rotate it next to the centre as it belongs, and then we want the green one here, and you'll find that all you have to do is just rotate one slice to put it in, and the yellow one here, and once again just rotate the slice it's on to put that in position, and you can see you've got those 4 corners in now. We now make this our bottom face, as it were. So that centre that we've solved the corners around is our down face. So this will be my front centre, this will be my up, this will be my left, this will be my right. Now the corners on the top layer, these red, white, blue and the 3 colour one here, are automatically in the right position once you've got the bottom corner solved. You can tell that by the way the 3 colour corner is opposite, at the opposite end of the puzzle of the other one. That's just an automatic thing with skewbs. When you've got 4 corners in, the other 4 are automatically in. They're not necessarily oriented correctly, but they're in the right position. You can probably tell that this one isn't oriented correctly because the yellow on there doesn't point to the yellow down here, but we'll sort that out later on. We don't need to worry about the orientation of the corner just yet. on this particular puzzle. If you know how to solve a Super Skewb, then you're welcome to orient that corner, but I just leave it till later. I find it a little bit easier. I'll show you a little algorithm later on to rotate this corner. So then, same as with any other Super Skewb, we have to get all of our centres in position. Again, not necessarily oriented correctly, but in the right place. And we do it exactly the same as on any other Skewb or Super Skewb. Or basically just take the top centre, place it in the position that it belongs in, and then just keep repeating that process until all the centres are in the correct place. Now you can see that this is the yellow, blue and purple. Now what you want to look for is two corners that have got two of those colours. So you can see, as I said, yellow, blue and purple is on my top edge at the moment, and I've got yellow and purple here. Now as with any other Skewb, the way we do that is by doing a R prime L, R, L prime, or down, down, up, up if you prefer, as I find it easy to just remember. And basically I do it either side of these two colours that we've got that in common with the centre. So we've got this purple corner here, this yellow corner here. The purple one will be my first down move, the yellow will be my second down move, and then I do an up replacing the purple and an up replacing the yellow. So once again that actually is R prime, then L prime, then R, then L. So with the centre we're placing on the up face, remember we're moving the purple first, so down, down, replace the purple, up, replace the yellow, up. That puts that centre in position. Now as I said, it's not necessarily going to be oriented correctly. In this case it is, but don't worry about it if it's not. And see what we've got on top of the puzzle next. Now I've got a yellow, green and red. I've got two colours in common with it there, so yellow and green. So it goes in this position between those two corners. So once again we do the down, down, up, up either side with the yellow and green corner. So down with the yellow, down with the green, put the yellow back, put the green back, and the centre is there. This time it's in the right place, as you can see, but it's not oriented correctly. The centre we first solved is still solved with all the corners in the correct place around it. So let's see if we've got anything in the wrong place. We still have. Okay, the reason I ask is because I can see the top one is actually correct, but because the others aren't solved, we do actually have to remove this one from that position for now. So all I do is I put that in a position where I've got a wrong centre. So this yellow, purple and blue one is in the wrong position because it's got different corners adjacent to it, different colours. So I'll put the red, white and blue here for now. So I'm going to be using this green triangle and the three colour corner, I can't speak, as the pieces I'm using, the corners I keep an eye on, so I know what orientation I need the puzzle in. So that's my up face, so down, down, up. Nope. Oh, just tend to slip around in your hand sometimes, this puzzle. Just due to the curves and angles, so do be a bit careful with that as you're turning it. It's easy to lose your position in the algorithm and have to start again because of that. So we've got yellow, purple and blue on our top face, so it goes between the yellow and purple corners, so either side of those. So our purple will be our first R, the yellow will be on our L, so down, down, up, replacing those two corners. And white, blue and purple, so I've got white and purple there, so this is where it belongs. So it goes to my front face here, so I'll be using the three colour corner and the purple one as my orientation pieces on the down face. So it's down, down, up, up, and what we got, red, white and green. So this is going to go in this position. So one more time, down, down, up, up, and yellow, blue and purple. You will find you have to put the same centre in multiple times on these, and don't worry about it. It's not that you're doing it wrong. There's definitely quicker ways of doing this, but this way is more reliable and you don't have to learn so much stuff. So it's going between the yellow and purple corners, down, down, up, up, and I believe that is it. Everything, yes, all the centres are in the right place. I've kind of got lucky here because I've got 4 centres oriented incorrectly. So let me just set up a situation that's a little bit harder than that to solve. Okay then, so now we're in a trickier situation. The reason I said that one was easier is what we're aiming for is to have 4 centres oriented incorrectly, because the algorithm we use, like on any other Super Skewb, rotates 4 centres 180 degrees. It does the top, the front, the left and the right. So what you're looking for is to find a situation where you've got top, front, left and right oriented incorrectly, all 4 of them, and the bottom and back pieces oriented correctly. Now you can see now I've got 2 centres that are oriented incorrectly, so what I need to do is figure out exactly which ones to rotate to give me the 4 that I want. For example, if I did it in this position with the 2 wrong centres on the left and right, I would swap the top, the front, the left and the right. They would all change their orientation, which would mean I still have 2 incorrect, and that doesn't do me any good whatsoever. So we need to find something else. What we actually want to do is rotate one of them into position correctly, make one of them not turn at all, which means it has to be at the back or the down face, and 3 others will become incorrect, so that will leave me with 4 incorrect. But the way I need to do it is to make sure that I have the, as I said, the top, the front, the left and the right. It's no good if the 4 incorrect ones are in a band around the centre, so I've got to say left, front, right and back incorrect. That doesn't work. I need them top, front, left and right when I'm finished. So let's have a look. If I put the if I put one of them on the down face, one of them on the up face, this one will rotate so it's correct by the time I finish the algorithm, and the left, the front and the right will be wrong, and the bottom. And once I flip that to the top, I can then have the 4 in the positions that I need them. So the algorithm we use is just the same, the down, down, up, up, or the R prime, L, R, L prime, however you want to try and remember it. And we perform that algorithm 6 times. That rotates so it's 4 centres, as I said, the top, the front, the left and the right. So the way I'm going to remember and orient myself is I'm going to be removing the white and the blue corners and putting them back each time I perform the algorithm. That's how I remember my orientation, because that's my down face, remember. So I'm going to, my R is going to remove that white corner, my L is going to remove that blue corner and put it back in position. So 6 times, remember. So down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, that's 2, down, down, up, up, that's 3, remember the white and blue coming back every time, down, down, up, up, that's 4, down, down, up, up, that's 5, and down, down, up, up is 6. Now I should now find that I've got 1 centre incorrectly, 2 centres incorrectly, so that's good, and 4, they're all in the right place, remember, they're just oriented incorrectly. So now that I've got those 4, I just position them as I said, 1 at the top, 1 at the front, 1 at the left, 1 at the right, and perform the algorithm 1 more time. Well, the whole thing, but doing 6 repeats of it. And this time what I'm going to use to visualise what I need to do is the first down or the R prime turn removes this 3 colour corner, and the second down or the L turn removes this red triangle, and then each reverse move puts those 2 back in position. That's what I'm going to be looking for. That's how I orient myself. Remember once again that those are my down face. So down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. And as you can see, actually, I've reached a state here. I'm not going to remember that it's those 2, where all my centres are oriented correctly, but it's actually undone the orientation of this corner. Now, it actually could be the situation that your puzzle would be solved now. If this corner was oriented a certain way before you started this sequence, it would have it would have, if you remember, I said we don't worry about the orientation of those 3 colour corners at the moment, and this sequence could have put that into the correct orientation, but that one was already right because that was one of the first ones I did, so it's actually made it wrong now. So what I'll do, I'll continue with the down, down, ups, ups as I was doing, and I'll get back to how to rotate that in a second. So we've done 2, so down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. That's 4, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. And as you can see, the puzzle is solved. Now, having said that, obviously you probably wouldn't want to, if you reach that situation where you had one corner twisted, mess up the whole puzzle again in that way. Or you may reach a situation, if you hadn't oriented that corner at that point I said earlier in the solve, when I said not to worry about it, where you reach this stage and you've got one corner oriented wrongly. So let me just put it in that situation. Okay then, so as you can see, I've now got that situation where I've got everything solved apart from one corner, and there's a simple solution to solve this. Now you could just continue as I did, rotating centres and back again. That works just fine, but this is it's basically the same thing, but a slightly easier way to visualise it, I think, because, well, the thing is, if you orient in the centres, it also changes the orientation of the corners. If you do 4 of the down, down, up, up, it puts the centres back exactly where you came from, but it reorients the corners. But because these have no orientation, the triangles, you don't actually see the orientation taking place on those. You only see it on these ones. But the way I actually rotate this corner is slightly different. I do a sequence of, right, the corner that I'm rotating is on my R face, so my right side, and my right face is the right half of the puzzle. If you imagine these turns that don't shape shift the puzzle, with splitting the puzzle in half, that's my R turn, and then I have a D turn, and the D face is the face that has this 3 colour corner. So when I do a D turn, it's like this, and the algorithm for that is just R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. Now what that's actually done is rotated this corner, but it's still not into the correct situation. It's rotated it one turn, but it's gone the wrong way. So all we do is just do the algorithm one more time. So R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. So repeating that 4 times, each time rotates, takes everything back to its original state and rotates this corner 1 step. So yeah, that's it, that's the puzzle solved. Obviously that final corner, you can either do it the way I've just done it, or the way I originally did it, with just continuing to do centre rotation moves, and it's essentially the same thing, just done from a slightly different perspective anyway. But yeah, that's how you solve this puzzle. Not too difficult once you wrap your head around which pieces are which, I don't think. Hopefully this has been helpful to you, especially the person who requested the tutorial. If you've got any questions or comments, or are still stuck and have any problems, please point me to a photo or video of the situation you're in, and I will do my best to help you out. Alright then guys, that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe if you like my videos, and thanks so much for watching. See you next time.